Hi friends, I'm Tammy Kay. Before we get into what we're painting today, I want to let you know today is the last day of registration, which is open right now for my loose watercolor florals course. And so the link is down below if you want to click on it. Again, registration is closing for an indefinite period of time. So if you want to check it out, go ahead and do it. But today, we're painting some loose florals. I know you love loose florals. I love loose florals. And I'm going to teach you some of my tips and tricks for loosening up and show you how to do it, as well as painting with those bold strokes, really making a reference photo your own work based on what you see and kind of interpret it based on how you're feeling. So let's get into the painting. And I've got a number 12 and a number 6 round brush. These are the ones I use all the time, and that's what we're using today also. You can see I do have my spray bottle. I'm spraying down my paints just to reactivate them. And we're gonna find some joy today in our painting experience. This right now is being done on vacation, and you guys are probably enjoying the holidays a lot. Hopefully you are. Take a little space for yourself as we get some nice runny orange paint. Sit down with me, just do a little painting, some brush strokes quick here from the outside inward towards the middle. Just quick swipes, and you can make them darker or lighter. I'm just popping in some darker orange on top of the light orange that I put in. That's wet on wet. Boom, you're basically done. You don't have to do a lot to it when you add paint on top of a wet layer. So we're doing that again. Little swipes, dipping in, grabbing some more dark paint. And friends, I'll remind you, I did this without a voiceover. When I do the voiceover, I always warn you, hey, when I paint without talking, I paint faster. So you can pause or you can slow down the speed of the video, friends, and feel more competent and able to do all the things with this tutorial. So I've just cleaned my brush, and then I dipped into some green, just popping in some green wet on wet on top of that. In my reference photo, which is beautiful, there's a little bit of green in there with the orange, so just pop it in some of that and let it just spread around, let it do its thing. I'm just really in love with the colors right now, and hopefully you're in love with yours as well. I'm just giving you another look at this reference photo. We're doing those whitish florals next, and they are tulips. Now, you can't use white watercolor and white paper, so look what I'm doing. I'm just taking some brown, just a really watery version of brown and tan, and we're just gonna do several brush strokes from the outside in, right, to create that fluffy floral. I don't want you guys to get bogged down with perfect. Perfect doesn't exist. It's what I'm telling myself. It shouldn't exist because it just stresses us out. So go ahead and put some blobs down if you want. Some strokes, just go from the top down towards that center, pop in some color on top, see what happens. What's the worst that could happen because you tried this painting? The worst that could happen is that you hate it and you throw it away. Don't allow yourself to feel like a failure because it didn't turn out exactly how you expected or hoped. We're gonna do this really crazy, just strokes of color for this really fluffy, weird floral. It's in the reference photo, and it's kind of what it looks like. There's a little bit of green, so we're just gonna pop that in the center and allow that to spread around. And if at any point you hear in this voiceover some other voices coming in, I do have a house full, and it's just life. We're just doing life together, and it's beautiful. So I've just cleaned off my brush, and I'm going in with that light brown, that brownish puddle, that tan, and I'm going to put in another white flower here because I feel like it's a good idea. So at any point here you want to change up the color, the shape, the size, add in something different, go for it. This should not be something that looks exactly like mine. Oh, you saw a cattail there on the right in the corner. Didn't know he was around. All right, so I'm doing these little, kind of like eucalyptus, these little oval shapes, getting really tiny at the end. And we'll eventually put a stem in there, and that's gonna look like a eucalyptus, I promise. All right, some more little circles or ovals. Very quick, very easy. I had too much paint on there, so you can just remove some of that if it's too much for you. And then let's put in some more green right here. So I'm just filling in the space with flowers, with greenery, and I'm trying to take a moment to breathe too. I gotta do it right now. So as you are doing this, and I'm grabbing some light pink and swiping in some pink flowers, I want you to think about how you're feeling. What is bringing you joy right now? What colors are popping out? And I hope that you don't feel anxiety and stress, because you can pause the video.
You only have yourself to blame if you don't slow it down and pause the video, right? You can do that, or you can slow down the speed. What are you enjoying about your painting right now? And just focus on that. We're taking a pencil now. We're gonna sketch in just a nice semi-complicated vase. Now, we're gonna start with the sides here. And of course my pencil wasn't working, so I had to work it a little bit. So the sides of the vase, we're sketching those in. If I don't sketch, we're gonna go out, bow it out a little bit on both sides. If I don't sketch it, I don't get the shape that I want. And so quickly putting in that shape, it does not have to be perfect. You can see that I'm working out the quote-unquote perfect right now. Like I'm working out the shape. It's looking a little wonky, but I also know that I need to create like a little foot at the bottom, so I'm leaving some space to do that. And then, you know, it kind of looks, to me, looks like a crazy, like a little face. I don't know, like the Grinch or something with a bunch of flowers on his head. Anyway, doing the side, the little fancy handle. And I like to sketch it in. It gives me confidence that that shape is going to become what I wanted it to be. But also as you're sketching, if something is lopsided, as I can see that this is, you just change it around or you paint it a little different. And you don't have to just be stuck with the pencil sketch, okay? But hopefully that will keep you confident. So I was going to do some light paint first, but I decided, you know what? Let's just paint this with water. It's dirty water, it's okay. We're gonna go ahead and paint it all with water. And then we're going to do the wet on wet technique and add in some blue. And that's gonna give us some softer angles, some softer blending. The paint is going to bleed and blend together and have more of that softness versus some harshness. And it's just fun to honestly watch the paint move and flow. So right there, it's going to pop in some paint. I like to go pretty concentrated, but the more watery the paint with the water on the vase, the more it's going to spread. So you just got to kind of work it out. So I'm going really dark here, and I'm just quickly poking that in. And we're just going to cover this whole thing with that blue. But you can see how it's fuzzy looking because it's spreading with the water. And it's just a fun effect. And I want you to slow down, be mindful, and just think about how you feel as you're creating this painting. I know that I have to augment some of it so it's a little bit more even, and I can do that with the paint. But right now it's just about putting down that first layer of color and seeing what happens with it. If you want to use a smaller brush, that would be easier just to even things out. But I'm using the big one. We'll see how it goes. And now I'm just grabbing a little bit more paint for the handle and, you know, just playing. Now this is a painting that gave me so much joy to do. I was actually painting with my niece. She was painting her own thing, and we were chatting, and it was just a great, fun little experiment to see how something would turn out. And so I have my reference photo here. I'm changing things up, like for example, the vase here. Now it was white in the reference, but you know, you can do whatever you want. And this is a part of art that I think is so much fun, making something yours. I think that anyone can learn to eventually copy a painting or even maybe a photograph, make it look realistic. For me, I know that's fun for some people. For me, I like quick paintings, and I like to use my own creative, you know, intuitive expression so that I make it my own thing. And I think that came out of when I was selling more on Etsy, and I didn't want to just copy a painting because I knew, you know, painting something, you know, from a photograph or from another painting, I knew that I couldn't sell that as my work because there's a copyright on that from that artist once it's placed online. So I wanted to make it unique enough but use it for placement so I felt comfortable. So there's where my style started coming out, of just changing things up a lot so it's not recognizable and it's my own and it's part of my emotional expression. So anyway, if that's something that resonates with you at all, that's what I'm trying to teach you. So we're figuring out this thing as we go step by step. And I like all these little streaks in here. I think that's kind of fun. So we'll just let the vase dry and see what we do with it. And I love wet on wet. So I've got my number 6 round. Now I'm going in with a lovely green. I happen to be using my sap green. I use it all the time. And I'm just quickly putting in some stems to connect all these blooms and also the leaves together in a way that, you know, just has like those curvy, thin stems. Easy. We're going to also put in some marks at the base of the flower for connecting things. add in some green here too, and that's just, I'm looking at the coloring on the reference, and that little bloom here has some green, has some orange too, a little mixture there. All right, so we'll add in a little bit more. So one thing that I love to do, of course, this layer, first layer has dried for the most part, so I can go over and add some darkness, but I love to add in that more saturated paint to get that layer to pop. And so you've got more depth and prettiness and all that as you're adding in different saturation. And I don't cover everything in the first layer, of course, but just a little extra accent. So now I'm back to number 12, my friend. I was looking at my painting and I'm adding in some more blooms just to complement and balance out this painting. So I was looking a little bit too roundy and just like upright. So we're doing that orange flower there. And then I'm grabbing some more of what I'm using for the white flower. And let's just put in another white flower just hanging down here. So really quick, you can even do a circle for a blob. Like I told you, you can make beauty out of blobs. And I think it just helps your brain to like let go of this perfect floral shape that maybe is too stressful anyway. So a little bit of green here. I'm noticing it's very matchy-matchy to the one to the right of it, but that's okay. It is what it is. I put it down. I can't erase it. We're just gonna embrace it. A few little stems. Breathe, take a breath, enjoy yourself. Connect your greens with the stems too. And I don't know, I hope that this way of painting is unique for you and feels encouraging too. I'm gonna keep up with that number 6 round, and we're just gonna start adding a little bit more orange on top of what's there. See how I'm just doing these really quick, roundy, curved shapes in that dark color, just poof, now I've got some dimension. Very simple, I'm not going really fancy. I want you to feel like you can master this, you can do this, and also you can call yourself an artist because, friends, if you didn't know it, if you do art, you are an artist. And if you look up the definition, if you don't believe me, you'll find it there. Webster is probably where I got it. Google artist, what is that? So doesn't that make you feel good? Doesn't that make you feel confident? And I want to say too, for all my free members, that this is just a sample of the many tutorials I have on my Patreon. If you wanted to upgrade, feel free to do it. No pressure though, you can stay for free. You can still have access to this tutorial. But I want to encourage you guys, no matter what, to let go of perfect art. Whether you're doing art with me or with people on YouTube or somewhere on your own, it doesn't matter how it turns out. What matters is that you had a joyful time, you had fun, and that you learned something. Because you just really have to keep practicing something over and over to get it, right? For it to really be solidified and for you to understand it. And it's like when you play the piano, you just got to practice over and over and over and over. And one day you realize at some point it's clicking, it's working. You're more proficient than you were a while ago with all the practice hours and sessions. So be kind to yourself. Like, just revamp the narrative. We're here to make art. Your art's going to look different than mine, and that's totally fine. We're going to do a little splatter. So some nice orange paint. I'm just going to tap my brush and make some splatter everywhere. It helps us to embrace what we can't control because splatter goes everywhere and you can't control it. And it's watercolor. And friends, my appeal to you is if you want to learn how to be more mindful and thinking about being present, being in the moment, not distracted in the past or in the future, you might want to consider joining my mindfulness art mail, which there's several different levels, but you get a little package or an envelope from me each month with a little practice exercise, the letter, some art, some prints on how to be present, friends. I hope you enjoyed this video. Happy painting.
Well, now we are done with our painting, and I hope you felt a breath of fresh air. I hope that it was exciting and relaxing for you. I'm all about mindfulness and just being present and getting that stress out of here, because right now it's our self-care, our painting time, enjoying the idea of making art and then doing it, not just the end result. So I want to remind you again, for my florals course, registration is closing tonight at 9 p.m. Central Time, so you can click that link to learn more about it. My trip to Scotland, I have 4 spots left, people, so if you're on the brink of, you're not sure if you're gonna book, gonna not, check it out. Space is limited. We're gonna have so much fun finding that mindfulness, the painting experience for a whole week together. And also you can check out my Patreon, especially my art mail. And I have a video coming out soon of all the content for February. I'm just glad that you guys are here. Happy painting, happy mental health. Let me know in the comments which was your favorite part. I'll see you guys soon on the next video.